Hey, it's your boy, the Crypto Goon, and shout out to all my crypto goons for pulling up once again. So there's a lot of buzz within the cryptocurrency community about ADA, also known as Cardano, and people are saying that they're looking for bullish momentum from where it is. Now, if you've been here for a while, this is something that we have already talked about, but just looking at the news, as you can see, right? This is the reason why I love the Fibonacci. This is the reason why I love triangle patterns, because we talked about this 2 months ago. And here's the proof. Pattern, and then we had a major breakout. Okay. Now I'm looking for this to go up to $25.56 during this bull run. Now, as far as entry from here right now, let me put the fib back in its natural state. So I'll be adding to my position at 50 cents. Okay. So now, as you can see from that video, we came down to the exact point of where I said it was going to come in reference to price. Now we came up and then we came back down, and that's okay. And currently it's currently holding. Now what they're looking at is what they consider, according to all of these news articles, is what we call a double bottom, meaning you have price come down, bounce off, come back down. Now, if anybody has ever heard of the theory in markets called M's and W's, what they are looking for is this right here. Okay, it looks like a W. Price comes back up. Price comes back down. And then price takes off. Okay, so this is what they're looking at. But when you have the right tools and the right knowledge, you can predict these things just like I do beforehand. This is all repetition. This is not hard to do, and you can get ahead of the crowd, ahead of the dumb money that enters the market. This is a very good place to get in and take a position. Now, I took a position down here, came into profit, came back out of profit. I may be slightly even, a little bit, in profit, not enough for me to take profit. But this is the knowledge that I spread to people so that you can see these things before they happen. You know exactly what it's going to do, where price is going to turn around, and where it could possibly head. Now, I know a lot of people want to know where is price going. So I'll show you the short term and then I'll show you the long term. So from where we are right now, of course, using the Fibonacci. So the Fibonacci is reversed, which we reversed the Fibonacci for our price targets. OK, so as of right now, we are headed to $2.60, which is this high right here. Okay, we're headed to the previous all-time high of where Cardano was. Okay, now will we break that high? I personally think so, but this is the short-term move right here. Okay, to $2.60. Now let's talk about long-term. So for long-term, I like to use the larger swings, right? To give us the, where Cardano could be headed. OK, so I'm looking for $25.56. A lot of people are saying, no way, that's not possible. Or, the market cap and some of these other things. Look, only time will tell. Obviously, if you really believe in the technology, hold on to it and take profits as you need to, set stops if you have to, right? To lock in some of your profits. But if you believe in the technology, and again, how I talked about my previous videos, you have to go and look at the Google trends, the YouTube trends to see if the dumb money is pouring in. Because once the dumb money pours in, we know these things turn around. You can clock when they're going to turn around and then exit the market. And I'll show you all an example of that right now. So if I go to YouTube trends, I'll type in ADA. OK, so this is Cardano right now. So as you can see, it's under 25. It's at 17. Nobody's talking about it. Now, if I go back to right here, November 17th to the 23rd of 2024, November 17th, 2024, right here. OK, when we had this big spike, and then what happened? The position started to liquidate. Now, how did I know where it was going to go before it came? Just in case you didn't see the full video, I used the Fibonacci. OK. And I measured this swing high, this swing low to this swing high, and I set the Fibonacci back to its natural state. And let me zoom in. Now, I always talk about that the cryptocurrency market likes the 50 and it likes the 618. As you can see here, it came down to the 618, but it closed above the 50. Okay. So this is consistent within the market. You're either going to have a turnaround to 50 or the 618. Anything below that is probably going, into a correction, and it's out of there in the opposite direction, right? But these are simple things that you can look at. So as of right now, just looking at this search term, the smart money is getting in right now. And then we're going to see a rise up like this. And once we hit 100 on the Google Trends, which is when the average person is getting notifications from Coinbase or Uphold or Trust Wallet, whatever wallet they use to buy cryptocurrency or exchange, rather, that's when you know to get out, because that's when we're going to have a large liquidation event. These are the things that the big players use. Nobody's going to tell you about. I'm the only one on YouTube talking about it because this is a real thing, and it's a lot. It's too much research and information for the average person to take in and actually use. But if you're smart, if you're a sniper like I am, if you are a true crypto goon, you will use these things to your advantage and be able to take profit, stay in profit, and know when to get back in, right? Once the dumb money exits, then get back in and ride the next wave. Now just check out the crypto bubbles. We're mostly in the red. Again, we're still in, this correction. A lot of these cryptocurrencies obviously are tied to, what's going on in the economy with the tariffs. Some people are liquidating positions to have extra cash because the stock market is going crazy. Obviously, some cryptocurrencies move with the stock market. But there are some that don't. Obviously, I'm not even sure what this is. I'm pretty sure this may be a meme coin. I have no idea what this is, but I mean, they're up 38.7% on the day, which is not bad at all. I can't knock that. Now on the week, XCN, I've done a video on XCN. XCN is always popping. They're up 125% on the week. Let me actually check that out because I did a video on XCN and it was definitely a great swing to take advantage of on XCN. And let me find it on my trading view. So yeah, I remember this. So I was expecting on XCN a move down between the 50 and the 618, but we actually came down to the 382 and then we shot back up. And looks like it's still starting to move up, but I'm looking for XCN actually to return to its previous high of 18 cents. I'll do an analysis on this. I'll probably do a separate video on XCN just to reanalyze this chart, which I normally don't reanalyze because my first intuition is always what I go with, but most likely it won't change. We may still see a move down. As you can see, we are actually seeing lower lows and lower highs. So, this thing will most likely continue down somewhere in between the 50 or at the 50 and the 618 and then reverse for a large move up, especially when nobody is talking about it. Now, I'm looking at Onyx coin, right? XCN. And this is one that's been going crazy recently. It's been going viral. This is one that a lot of people are talking about and wondering about. So when it comes to XCN, obviously we reached this new high. Our all-time high is up here. And I'm looking for this to return to the highs. However, we have to look for an entry. So you know how I roll on this channel? Always use a filter. I'm going to go from this low to this high right here. Now, one thing that I learned with cryptocurrencies, cryptos love the 50% retracement for some reason, but 618% can also be in play. I noticed that it's 50% like 85% of the time. So with XCN, I'm looking for a move down into this area, to this price, which is, and I'll spread this out so you can see it. So man, right here, 0.005, and at the least 0.003. So I'm looking for corrections are always a part of, that's just a part of the market. You're going to have a move up, move down, move up, move down, right? That's just how the game is played. But anyway, my next video, I'll go back over XCN and I'll play the previous videos actually talking about this move months ago. But again, it's the Crypto Goon. I appreciate you all for tapping in with me as always. Crypto Goon out.